Hey crafty friends, this is Jenny from crafttestimonies.com, and now I have another installment of the Pebeo liquid oils. I don't know what the whole line is called, but it's the mixed media products, and this is the Pebeo Prisme. Now there's also a vitriol, vitre, there's also a moon, a ceramic, but today we're just going to look at this particular formulation, and the reason why is because this is one of those reactive ones, which means that it is going to do amazing things once you stir it up and apply it to your project. Now, the most important thing you need to know is that these are, I was told they're solvent-based, they're kind of an oil base. This is not a water cleanup. You will need to have your baby oil handy, and very importantly, you must stir, 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 stir. So I recommend you get some craft sticks, stirry sticks, toothpicks, because there is a lot of goodie on the bottom of these little jars, and you have to kind of scrape it up and stir it and remix the components every time you use it, so keep them handy. Now once all of these are completely stirred up, they are pretty thick, so while it's fun to use a pipette with these, I find that they're really just super duper thick, and really a toothpick or just applying with the craft stick does a good job. And I keep talking, but the reason why I'm doing this is because during the time that I'm talking, I am still stirring, and I want to give you a very realistic expectation of how long it takes to prepare these for use. So this is definitely not a wham bam, thank you ma'am style craft. The other thing I'll mention while I'm continuing to stir and stir and stir is that because these are kind of an oil-based product, you will need to let them dry for a significant amount of time. So I find that usually in my climate, 24 hours for a thin application is enough so that it's dry to the touch. You're going to want to give it 72 hours before you add any other kind of top coat or resin or anything else. So I think I have, in the amount of time that we've spent, which is a couple of minutes so far, I am finally ready to, I think I've got almost all of it stirred up, and I wanted to show you at least this first color. So here we go. It's really, really gorgeous. And I do have to tell you, this is not the kind of product that you are going to want. And I still feel a little bit here in the bottom, so I'm going a little more. This is not the kind of product where you're going to want to apply this with a paintbrush. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you need a certain thickness of the product in order for the reaction to happen. So I'm just going to dip some out like this, like so. And you can see there's some beautiful particles. And now I'm going to let you watch the magic happen. Okay, so I want to show you some samples. These are just the moons with a little bit of the glitter medium, and I just want to point this out. It's an additive. It is medium that has a little bit of shimmery shine in it, and you can see it peeking through. So I took 3 different colors of moon and kind of marbled them together, and I got this kind of effect. Now, to me, it looks a little bit less like a moon or a hammered finish, but it just has a lot of movement. You see how it's got some little bubbles there that it kind of makes on its own. So the moon is actually a very subtle effect, and I'll show you how they kind of work together. But this is some samples in handmade resin bezels of the moon. And of course I had to show you the samples of the Prisme. So this is where you're going to really see that cellular action happening. As it shows you on the label, there it is in real life. 3 colors. Again, I kind of dabbed them on. I'll show you that demo in just a second. And then the thing is, you have to let this develop. This does not happen in a minute. This takes 10 to 15 to 30 minutes
for those colors to really come up like that. So again, you can't really predict it, which is kind of the fun. Now you'll also notice the difference between this sample and this sample is that I put some resin on top. Anytime you use resin with these paints, it's amazing because it really adds another layer of depth and shine. You can really see all of those particles kind of shining through. So let me show you how I'm going to pour it in a resin and manipulate it a little bit.
All right, friends, so you can tell by this time lapse that what you start off with is not what you end up with. So be patient, let the paints develop, and kind of enjoy the process. Now, I do have a tip for you about the moon paint.
Okay, I just wanted to give you another look at this vitriol and moon interaction because I think it's really compelling. If you have a puddle of the vitriol and you drop one drop of moon in it, it really wants to compartmentalize and become kind of cellular and spread over the top. So this is one of the best reactions I've seen. So if you actually start with mostly vitriol or ceramic and then you add the moon sparingly on top, you're going to get some really, really lovely effects.
And of course, the most fun that you can have is using all of the paints together because they each kind of interact in their own special way. So using the vitre, the opal, the ceramic, the moon and the fantasy and the glitter medium gives you these incredibly rich, luscious effects. Now, this is on painted canvas. Oh, I lied. That's just prime canvas. So you're getting a little bit of the texture underneath. And if I wanted, I could actually add resin on top to give it completely a smooth and glossy finish. But I love this kind of agate effect that you get. Now, don't remember, this is a very versatile paint because it's oil-based. You can use it on metal, glass, plastic, iPhone cases, wood, and more. I've been having fun just pouring these little mini bezels and then embellishing them as well. Now, if you've missed the first part of this review, please go back over and take a look at part 1 of the Pebeos or Pebeo. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just leave them in the description area below. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And as always, have a crafty day.